So the typical way of working pre-AI was we've got said person who is attempting to reach a certain outcome, a project, a goal, whatever it might be. And so through that, they start off and they might give some feedback and they review it and they realize it's not on track and go again. They might get some review and realize it's not quite on track, and then again and again and again until they hit the point. Now, what's great about this process is it's iterative design. It's iterative design process where it's got feedback loops in so we can knock it back on track when it's not on the right pathway. But when we start to use AI, what starts to happen is that same person no longer has all these feedback loops because AI is so capable to actually go so much further within one work stream. And so what we're starting to see is very little feedback loops. And in some scenarios, with some workflows and some AI tools now, we're getting to the point where there is no feedback loop until we've got a final product. Now that's fine if the person who's doing that is experienced, and then they see the final output and they know whether it's hitting the mark or it's not. The real challenge comes when we don't have experienced people. And so what ends up happening is we end up with a scenario like this. We've got someone who's experienced and they use their AI tools or technology and they hit the mark. And it might be first shot, it might not be first go, but at least they understand when it is on point. Yet when we've got someone who's, let's just say, a newbie, they only have to be 5% off, but because the workflow is so long, they end up with an outcome and they miss the mark entirely. But because they're not experienced, they don't even realize, and they start shipping product and deliverables that does not actually hit the required needs. And so what we're starting to find now is people think AI is a replacement for experience, and it's not. It's still just a tool. And so my word of caution, even prior to AI, was if you're hiring inexperienced people, you're going to get 28 times more wastage. You're going to get 4 times more rework. You're going to increase your delivery time by about 20% on average across businesses. My belief is now with AI, all that's going to do is accentuate those risks. So if you're looking to hire people who are less experienced, understand the risks that comes with, and what I would be looking at is how do you empower your team that you already have to use AI tools with experience that allows them to get to the point on point, knowing which direction it needs to go in the very first place. So if you're looking to hire, rethink the newbie and maybe spend a little bit more for the experienced person.